In August 2013, the 33rd Summit of the Southern African Development Community SADC Heads of State and Government that was held in Lilongwe, Malawi, made history by appointing the first female SADC Executive Secretary, Her Excellency Dr. Stergomena Lawrence Tax, who became the 6th Executive Secretary of the regional bloc.
Such positions are very competitive and strategic, political sensitive and competitive, that SADC, in particular SADC heads of state, feel it fit to provide me this opportunity to serve the organization.
Dr. Tax, a national of the United Republic of Tanzania, was placed at the helm of the SADC Secretariat on a term of 4 years, which was renewed for another 4-year second term during the 36th SADC Summit of Heads of State and Government held in Pretoria, South Africa in August 2017. Dr. Tax completes her tour of duty at the end of August 2021, marking the end of her 8-year reign at the SADC Secretariat. The SADC Secretariat is the principal executive institution of SADC, which is responsible for strategic planning, facilitation, coordination and management of all SADC programs.
You have the Secretariat, which I lead, I head, and our major role is to coordinate the implementation, but also to monitor the implementation of SADC regional integration.
By virtue of the position and in line with the SADC Treaty, the SADC Executive Secretary oversees operations and strategic management of the Secretariat. The tough but charismatic Dr. Tax holds a Doctor of Philosophy in International Development from the University of Tsukuba in Japan and boasts a wealth of expertise and experience in regional integration, including socio-economic issues, politics, peace and security, trade and industrial development, finance, investment and private sector development. She has successfully led the development and implementation of various SADC blueprints. Dr. Tax has amassed a wealth of experience throughout her career, beginning in the United Republic of Tanzania, where she served in various key positions such as Permanent Secretary and Chief Executive Officer under various portfolios such as Economic Empowerment, Trade, Industry, Marketing, as well as Regional Integration for East African Cooperation. She has successfully led and participated in numerous regional integration, bilateral as well as multilateral processes, programs and negotiations, and has contributed to the development and implementation of continental and global developmental agendas, and has coordinated and led a number of SADC conflict prevention, resolution and mediation processes, as well as democracy consolidation processes. Dr. Tax believes that women empowerment should not just be about appointing women to powerful positions, but also about empowering the girl child and appointing women on the basis of merit and capabilities.
I always look at gender empowerment in a number of perspectives. What do we mean by a woman finding her position? It is one thing to have positions in the political positions, but it's another thing to have positions in society as a whole. And where do you begin? The focus should not just be at the political position. The focus should be starting from a girl child. What are we doing to empower a girl child?
During her tenure as SADC Executive Secretary, SADC has achieved great strides across its sectorial portfolios and managed to forge exclusive, coordinated, honest, productive engagements and interactions, which positioned the region in good standing across SADC region, the African continent, and the world at large for mutual interests. Having joined SADC in 2013 when its economy was ailing, largely due to the economic and financial downturn in industrialized countries, in particular in the Eurozone, she put the spades to work with SADC member states to steer the economy to safety from financial fragility and holding up from intensified adverse spillover effects. Dr. Tax was at the thick of things when the SADC region achieved some of the notable and key milestones. As the Executive Secretary of SADC, she has, among others, successfully led the formulation of the SADC Revised Regional Indicative Strategic Development Plan RISDP 2015-2020, defining the strategic direction of SADC for 2015-2020.
And you can see the alignment in the priorities. Most countries now have a focus on making that we have our priorities right. But also we understand if for these priorities, which we feel that these are the right priorities, how are we going to realize these priorities? What do we want? What do we need? And if this is what do we need, how do we get there? And putting in place all those requirements.
The formulation of the SADC Industrialization Strategy and Roadmap 2015-2063 negotiated and mobilized resources and led the implementation of a number of socio-economic and peace and security regional projects. She led the development of the SADC Industrialization Strategy and Roadmap 2015-2063 by adhering to a call by SADC member states to put industrialization at the center stage in SADC's regional integration agenda. SADC Industrialization Strategy and Roadmap 2015-2063 aims at bringing about socio-economic and technological transformation of SADC economies and is anchored on three pillars, namely industrialization, competitiveness, and regional integration.
And our strategy is basically aims at social transformation, socio-economic transformation, and technological transformation of our economies. It is 2015-2063. It's not just by accident. It's because we wanted to make sure that we align our industrialization strategy to African Union Agenda 2063.
The revised Regional Indicative Strategic Development Plan RISDP 2015-2020, which was approved in April 2015, put a new impetus on industrialization to facilitate the deepening and acceleration of market integration with equitable distribution of regional integration opportunities. In 2019, just towards the end of her tenure, she spearheaded the development of SADC Vision 2050 and the Regional Indicative Strategic Development Plan RISDP 2020-2030. These key strategic documents are to accelerate the region's socio-economic and technological transformation by embracing the importance of digitization and are to ensure the sustenance stability, peace and security, and in doing so attain an inclusive, competitive, middle-to-income industrialized region where all citizens will enjoy sustainable economic well-being, justice and freedom.
The outlook for financial year 21-22 is anchored on Vision 2050 and the Regional Indicative Strategic Development Plan 2020-2030, which was approved by Summit in August 2020. Costing of other components of the plan, including projects and programs and the other interventions to be implemented at national level.
She worked tirelessly with SADC member states, SADC Secretariat staff, and international cooperating partners to usher the SADC region into an era of industrial revolution, with national and regional value chains being well integrated into the global value chain architecture. On socio-economic policies, Dr. Tax has worked diligently with international cooperating partners and in reforming processes and coordinating donor-funded projects. She has a good track record in organizing and coordinating development policy dialogue involving different stakeholders and has collaborated fully with multilateral partners and other various stakeholders at different levels. She has also ably coordinated a number of trade and market initiatives for the region, such as the implementation of the Common Market for Eastern and Southern African East African Community SADC, COMESA EAC SADC Tripartite Agreement, customs union, and regional infrastructural development programs. She has constantly urged member states to embrace both the African Continental Free Trade Area AFCFTA and the COMESA EAC SADC Tripartite Free Trade Area TFTA, which are interrelated, emphasizing the importance of TFTA and a building block for the AFCFTA.
We'll be able to utilize a more expanded market because if you have regional programs, for example, you're focusing on connectivity as SADC, you are just connecting your members. But if you broaden the scope and it is a tripartite, you are connecting your member not only with SADC member states but beyond with other RECs member states as well. Industrialization again will be looking at that broad context, and in doing so, we believe that we'll be relating not only with the three RECs but also with the other RECs within the continent, because our tripartite arrangement is, we believe that is a stepping stone towards the big continental integration.
Dr. Tax possesses vast experience working in different cultural environments and is adaptable to regional and international practices. She greatly values teamwork. Her motto has been, "Everyone has a role," and emphasized that however good one is, one can't do everything alone, and one can only succeed through inclusive approaches and by recognizing the value of the people one works with. She subscribes all the milestones and achievements to the exemplary work by the SADC Secretariat staff and the support rendered by SADC member states and other stakeholders, including regional communities, international organizations, international cooperating partners, and the private sector. All in all, Dr. Tax, or Mama Tax, as she is affectionately known, is a sister, a mother, a friend, and a true champion of the SADC region. She has run a good race and has sweated to help SADC build its impressive reputation. She will forever remain a strong and influential force in the region and beyond, and a woman to be cherished.